Hi, I'm your reader, Peach Blossom, and I'm going to be doing a reading today about what does your ancestors think about cutting off toxic parents. Let's get into it. We want to know, how does the ancestors feel about cutting off toxic parents? So, for the first card, we get the goddess of cups, and she can be seen as the mother. Some may even refer to her as Yemaya. And so, a feminine energy from my ancestors are coming through, and while they would hate to see any child cut off their parents because of the bloodline, they're also coming through and say that they understand that sometimes things do not work out, and sometimes people are toxic, so they sympathize with us. I'm also getting the Lover's card. And if you can see the Lover's card, you can actually see our ancestors watching over us. And this is our ancestors watching over our parents. My parents could have been, drunk in love and just in the world and doing their own thing. And you just so happen to be created out of it. So they're saying that you are not a mistake no matter how you were conceived. They're saying that this was divine intervention, that you are here today. And I'm also getting the Death card, and so the Death card is basically saying that it is okay to revamp and redesign your relationship with your parents. So maybe we don't have to necessarily cut them off. We can work on what ways of communication works for us in that situation. Maybe we don't have to talk to them every day. Maybe we can talk to them on holidays. Maybe we can talk to them on Mother's Day or on Father's Day. But we don't have to talk to them every day, and that's okay. I also get the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups are saying that this is a great time to try to find what makes both of you guys happy, if that is at all possible. Try to find what you guys have in common and try to do activities with your parents so that you can build some sort of relationship that is surrounded by happiness and positivity. Now I also get the Seven of Cups, and the ancestors are coming through, and they're also saying that sometimes it's necessary to stand your ground. You do have to set boundaries, even with your own parents. And so if boundaries are necessary, they're asking you to go ahead and set those boundaries so that we can maintain some sort of relationship with our parents. Also, I get the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying that sometimes it is necessary to end these relationships with our parents. Sometimes it's start for a new beginning. It's time for a brand new, fresh start. It's time for a new beginning. That chapter of your life is closed, and it is unfortunate the ancestors do not like this, but sometimes it is necessary, so they are warning. Let's pull some more cards. All right, so the first card that I'm getting is the Ten of Swords. And so the Ten of Swords, they're speaking about this messing up the ancestry. The flow is stopping. It's a real big deal to cut off your parents because you're stopping the connection to your ancestors. Your children and their children, and so forth and so forth, are going to come from your parents. And if we don't have a relationship with our parents, then what do we teach our children? I also get the card that comes up as Supreme. And this card is telling us that we need to pray and meditate and ask for guidance from the ancestors on how to navigate this relationship with our toxic parents. They're also wanting you to pray. Make sure that you exhaust every option there is to maintain a relationship, and try to be a little bit patient. I also get the Hermit card. And so the Hermit card is saying that sometimes our parents were not there for us to guide us the way we think that they should, and that this might be set up this way so that you can guide yourself, that you are getting wisdom from your experience with your parents. You now know what not to do, and you now know how you want your life to look personally, and so you should take the experience you had from your parents and move forward with your life. I also get the Strength card and the Fool. And so the Strength card is saying that you do not have to disrespect your parents, but you could simply let them know your boundaries and draw your line in the sand and let them know what they're not going to cross. They are also warning us not to be foolish and not to have any malicious intent when we do cut our parents off, should we have to do that. They are warning us to be very genuine and very sincere, make sure that this is something that we are doing for us. And then I also get the Six of Cups, which I'm going to clarify. So the Six of Cups is warning us that in order for us to have peace and joy, that we might be robbed of this because we have to cut off our toxic parents. They are also saying that it might be, again, necessary for us to cut off those parents. But if it's going to bring you peace, your version of peace, then they're saying that, and at that point you would have to do what you have to do. Let's pull some more cards and see what they have to say. All right, so I'm getting the Temperance card. And so the Temperance card talks about balance. And so, and the Temperance card is also in this deck, it's also kind of unsure. And so they understand, again, this is what may need to happen, but they would like for us to exhaust all options that we have to maintain a relationship. They would also like us, that I get the Hierophant, and they would also like us to seek guidance, maybe therapy, maybe mediation, to repair the relationship that we have with our parents. And they're speaking about not giving up so easily. Sometimes we do give up easily, and we just have went to outside help. You know, a lot of times people say, well, what happens in this house stays in this house. And the ancestors are rejecting that and say, no, if it is possible to get help, to get a mediator, please do so. They're also saying that this is a big decision. This is the Ace of Swords, and this will change your life drastically. You will be cut off from some certain blessings and certain things from the ancestors if you cut your parents off, regardless if they're toxic or not. The Son of Cups come up, and we're going to clarify that. This is the male energy coming through. And the male energy is, while they are understanding, they're still hoping for the best, and they still want you to especially get in touch with your father's side of the family. They would like for you to get to know who he is, because a lot of times they're saying that side gets lost and we only focus on the mother side of the family. So they want us to also get to know the father side of the family so that we can teach our children about them. I also get the Three of Pentacles, and again, this is, maybe you have to make the first step to go to mediation. Maybe you have to make the first step to get your parents in therapy. They're saying to exhaust all options before we make the decision to cut off our parents. And the last card that I have is the Six of Wands. And so the Six of Wands for me is telling us that we need to, once we have exhausted our options, once we have done all that we can, it is now time to give our burdens to the ancestors and move on with life, and stand tall in your decision and move forward with your life. I'm your reader, Peach Blossom, and you can book a private reading with me at www.blackspectrumnetwork.com. Bye.
So fuel my fire, take me higher, I'll be your liar too. Cause when we're here, there's nothing better than the skyline view. Ooh.